All right, guys, every now and then I like to do one of these reaction videos calling out some horrific red pill dating advice, and I'm back. I think this is round 3 for Casey Zander, and this is without a shadow of a doubt the worst relationship advice I've ever heard, to the point I think, is he trolling? Is he farming for views? But I watched the video, I look at the tone, at everything he says, the lack of nuance. I think he believes this. I think he believes this stuff. I really do. All right, let's get into it. This one's a funny one.
When I woke up this morning, I was thinking about this for a second.
Clearly, you thought about it for a second. Because if you thought about it for any longer than 1 second, you would have realized what utter bollocks this is.
Because what's very important is masculine and feminine energy and understanding the differences between the two. And what you're going to notice is when you watch TV with a woman, you are slowly floating into leisure. You are slowly floating into passiveness, and you are slowly being emasculated without even realizing it. All because you have now turned into a spectator. So I have 2 full pages of notes to explain this concept to you, and I think this is going to be some of my best material.
Fuck, if this is your best material, God forbid, watching your worst.
So stick with me, because this is going to be an amazing video.
No, it's not. Amazingly funny, yes, but not amazingly informative.
Say a few words, okay, and hopefully one of them sticks. Passiveness, sitting, stagnant, stagnation. Think about that for a second. You're laying down or you're sitting on the couch, stagnant and passive. The funniest thing about this is the screen is just a screen. If you took that screen off the wall, you would literally be staring at the wall. You would be staring at dried paint. Think about that for a second.
Bruh. He thinks he said something profound. Bro, think about this for a second. If you take the TV away, you're just staring at a wall. Bro, if I'm standing having a shower and you take away the hose, right? You take away the water, I'm just standing in an empty bath. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my God.
Almost all forms of entertainment that you can think of, TV, television, movies, spectator sports, you are watching a different man or somebody on the screen captivate and have your attention. Your job as the man is to be that active energy. And when you sit in that passiveness, it removes you from the things that actually makes you masculine.
Bro, let a man rest. Let a man rest. I want to come home. A lot of guys, they want to come home after a long day of work. Right? They've been grinding. They've been putting the food on the table. Paying to keep that roof over their head. Most days of the week, want to come home and rest. But no, it's passive. It's pathetic. You gotta always be on your grind, fellas.
Let's list a few words that describe an attractive man. Okay, let's just list a few words that describes an attractive man, and these words are the opposite, okay, of what I just described. Words like competent, active, bold, confident, mysterious, daring, adventurous. These are words that demonstrate active energy. So men get into relationships and they sit and spend so much time with the woman that they're dating, and they don't understand how or why this is turning the woman off. When in reality, women, you have to understand this, they are energy receivers. They receive your energy, and what happens is they decide for themselves if they like what you are putting out or not. Okay, this is very important, because when you speak, when you communicate, when you move, when you operate, you have an energy, you have an aura. She is going to decide for herself because she is the selector. She will decide if that is the type of energy she wants to be around or not.
Always be on your grind, boys. Always be on your hustle. Never fucking rest. Never be idle. Don't even sleep, motherfucker. Don't even sleep. Go to sleep. Oh, that's so beta. Get 8 hours sleep, fresh, fill up, recharge, ready to go next day. That's beta. That's weak. That's blue pill. You gotta be hustling all night long. If she wakes up at 3 in the morning and she sees you lying there asleep at 3 in the morning, she's gonna get up, she's gonna pack her bags, and she's gonna leave you because her pussy's gonna dry up like a prune, right? Because she's gonna think you're a pathetic, lazy man and you have to always be in action. Fuck's sake, this is exactly what this guy is saying.
So the things that you hear different couples say, like if you have a husband and a wife, or if you have a boyfriend and a girlfriend, okay, things that you're going to hear couples probably say is things like this. Oh, that's our favorite show. Our favorite show. You're going to hear this. You're going to hear things like our favorite team that we root for. That's our favorite team. Okay? Stick with me here. When you hear this, when you hear these things, okay, this is not only putting hers and your attention, okay? So this is not only putting her attention and your attention, for that matter, on someone else, but you have to think about this even deeper. Not only is this putting her attention and your attention on someone else, but as she is looking at the screen with you, she is seeing everything that you are not. Every man is and can only be who he is and what he is. You cannot be someone that you're not. Okay, you can't be me and I cannot be you. But when she is sitting there looking at that screen with you, she is seeing everything that you're not. This is very important because here's what you're going to find. Oftentimes sitting, watching someone else, okay, not only puts you in a state of passiveness, but here's what you have to understand. When she is seeing that you are sitting there with her, and she notices that whatever is going on the screen is everything that you are not, okay? Oftentimes, you are sitting there watching someone more handsome than you, more charming than you, who is also more successful than you. This is very important. And then, here's what happens. Most men wonder why her romantic desire faded. Most men sit there and wonder why her romantic desire faded.
How insecure do you have to be to not watch television because there's a handsome, successful actor playing that role? Imagine my wife is like, oh, babe, I want to watch this movie Fight Club. I've heard it's really good. Long time ago, I've heard it's really good. And I'm in my head like, oh no, can't let her watch that. That's Brad Pitt in his prime. She's going to be looking at Brad Pitt in his prime and he's playing Tyler Durden and he's all confident, charismatic. And she's going to be looking at me thinking, what the fuck? You're nothing like that. like how insecure do you have to be? Seriously, you can't even sit there and watch a guy she's never going to meet, right? She's never going to leave you for, playing a fictional character, because you're worried she's going to look at you and think, nah, who's this guy? Jesus fucking Christ. The insecurity, the paranoia. Do guys live like this? This guy's meant to be supposedly top 1%, right? High value man making thousands a month, red pill, getting women. Can't even sit down and watch a movie with a chick because he'd be worried about what she'd be thinking about him because of it, comparing him to the actor. Jesus Christ, man.
Okay? Your job as the man is to keep the relationship in the right energy. And that is going to require you to be active. That is going to require you to be in motion. That is going to require you to be leading and doing. This is so important. So when you tell yourself, I need leisure, I need to unwind, I want to lay there on the couch with her and not do anything, this is exactly what is going to lower her desire for you.
Yeah, so this is what this guy's saying. Never fucking rest. with your woman or in front of your woman. Never rest, never chill. Always be hustling, always be grinding, always be working, always be moving, always be taking her out. Action, go, 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 go. Do you understand, like, one, how exhausting that is? Like, and practically impossible. You're going to keep that up. You're going to keep that up for years. You're in a relationship with you. You're going to keep that up for years? Do you want to be with a woman like that? That's prison. That's a form of torture. It's a form of torture. It's a form of torture. You're with a chick. She's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You sitting down? You're reaching for the cat? No, 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 no. Get back to work. No, no, no. We're going out. No, no, no. Let's go do something. No, no, no. Get on the phone. Jump on the computer again. Start making those sales. Get back to work. Oh my God. That torture. Torture.
So people may think that this video is unconventional.
No, not unconventional. Just fucking stupid.
So to make this even more clear, I want you to think about hypergamy if this was 1,000 years ago, where there is no, modern day houses and electricity, and you're just living in the wild, hoping to survive. In regards to hypergamy and survival, if you are a man sitting there doing nothing in passiveness or stagnant, you are now actually a liability. Because the future could be unpredictable with survival, where you should be actually doing things that will benefit both of you and to help that. So 1,000 years ago, a man had to move. Hey, we need to make sure we have enough food. Hey, we need to make sure we have enough shelter. Hey, we need to make sure we have enough resources. Doing, active, active, active. This is very important to understand.
Yeah, again, absolute nonsense. I mean, even civilizations past and gone 1,000 years ago plus, guys were not 24/7 at it all the time. Even waking hours, they were not constantly at it. There was plenty of leisure time, right? You can even look in the Roman times, for example, yeah? How much leisure time they had and time to sit around. Regardless of that, who gives a fuck, guys? I've cut some of this video, okay, but you can go and watch his video. You type it in, never watch TV with a woman. There's 0 point. At 0 point does he say, look, you can do this from time to time. It's fine. You need a bit of balance and whatnot. And you just can't be leisure all the time and yada, yada, yada. Zero of that. None of that. It was literally saying, you can never do this. You can never sit and chill and relax. Ever. There's zero. Now, let's keep it straight now. Let's keep it straight. Let's put a mature head on and everything else. Now, should you be like this all the time in your free time, right? Even if you've got a hard, demanding job, do you really think a woman's going to want to? The only thing you're going to do, the only time she's going to see you is you're chilling in front of the TV. No, obviously there comes a point, there comes time where you have to do things. You have to do things with a couple, as a couple. You have to take her out. There are going to be times where maybe you're tired, you're end of the week or something like that, and you promise to take her out for a date, and then you just have to, sometimes you say, look, okay, we'll go. I'll suck it up and we'll go for the date. It's just not, do you really want to be with a woman, man? I think this is the real red pill. I think this is the real red pill, that a bunch of women, generally attractive women, right, but who don't have much to offer themselves, have tricked these high value men, right? These 1% guys, they've tricked them into thinking that they always have to be doing more. They have to be fucking pushing the bar. They have to be grinding. They have to do this. They have to do that. They have to be in crazy shape, making crazy money, give them crazy experiences. I think that's the real fucking red pill there, that these women have tricked these dudes to thinking that's what you have to be doing. And whose frame are you operating in? If you're so scared to sit down and relax after a hard day's work because you're worried about your missus losing attraction for you, you're so worried about watching a movie with a handsome actor in case she's going to look at you, right, and compare you in that way. If you're that way, whose frame are you operating in? It ain't yours. It's hers. Technically, you're a simp. You're simping if you're hustling and grinding until you to the point where you have a physical and mental breakdown because you're scared she's going to leave you, you're simping. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. It's fucking pathetic. This message is fucking pathetic. There'll be young guys out there. Thank God. I look through the comments. Thank God. Most of the comments from his subscribers saw through this and saw how ridiculous it was. But there is, amazingly, there was a few agreeing. And there will be people watching that, especially young, impressionable dudes, will take that to heart and will think in that way and act in that way. Guys, you don't want to be doing that, man. Like, obviously, you know, like I said, have some balance. You can't be boring. You can't bore a woman, right? You can't be a boring person. You should be doing stuff together. It'd be great if you have a hobby and everything. But if you're genuinely, you know, you're a hard-working guy, you're bringing home, you're putting food on the table and everything else, you want to relax, chill, man. Chill, fucking do it. And if you're with a woman who never allows that, and it's all about you have to be this constant motion to the point you're exhausted, see ya. See, you don't want to be with a chick like that, for God's sakes. Because like I said, it's a prison. You'd be living in a prison, man. And thankfully, guys, thankfully, let me tell you, there is hardly any women out there. In the real world, there is hardly any women out there. If you sit down and you watch a movie together, she's going to be losing attraction for you. It's fucking moronic, man. It's moronic. Guys, I'll tell you about myself. When me and my missus, the first year we were dating, we moved in together, after like 9-10 months or something, I used to spend my free time, many hours of my free time, playing a game called Football Manager, right, on the PC. I spent hours all day on the PC playing it, and then I go off to work. Guess what was going on, right? We were at it like rabbits, right? And what are we now? Nearly 14 years later, still together, married, 2 kids and everything. This message is just fucking, isn't even rooted in reality. And even if it is, even if there are women out there like that who can't accept it, fuck them. Kick them to the curb. You don't want to be with women like that, to the point you can never recharge, relax, and take some time out. Now, there is, to make one point, there is a bit of a thing with, and a lot of married guys especially, they say this, it usually happens post-kids. And there's a bit of a thing online with the internet, and I've experienced it myself a little bit. The moment you sit down and you actually chill as a man, the wife's like, right, she can sense it, and she starts trying to put you to do a chore and that. There is some element of truth to that, and that kind of does happen. And like I said, many guys have experienced this. But again, you as the man, you as the man, just grow some fucking balls. When you know you've done enough, you've gone to work, you've done enough, you've come in, you know, you've helped with what she genuinely needs help with. Now it's time to chill. And if she tries to put you to do something, tell her no. Or I'll do it after I've relaxed or whatever it is, but no. And you put your foot down. Simple boundary. I'll tell you one example. I came home one day on a Saturday. I used to work Saturdays from morning till like 1 o'clock. Came home one Saturday. As soon as I walked in the door, like my son's bike was broken or something. She wanted me to fix the bike. Fix the bike. Then I sat down, and then she goes, right, I need help putting these shelves together that I bought. And I went, Steph, I've worked all morning. I've just fixed his bike as soon as I walked in. No, I'm not doing it now. Maybe I'll do it later, but I'm going to rest now and recover. You know what she did? Nothing. She accepted it because she knew. Okay. And it's just simple things like that. But for the most part, a good 90% of women are going to be absolutely fine. You've worked all day, right? You're a hard-working guy. You're a good man, good boyfriend, husband. She's going to want to relax. She's going to want to chill and watch a movie with you and everything else. And she's not going to think anything of it. So don't listen to this nonsense. It only feeds insecurity into men. It really does. Again, it's a comparison with men and feeding and prying on your insecurities, and it gets you so in this mindset of what the women want. Fuck what they want. What do you want? Anyway, guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one. As always, I really would. Get commenting, I'll reply back to you. If you're new, like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And listen, if you want some genuinely proper, decent relationship advice from someone who's been in a long-term relationship. I've done the whole thing. I was a freaking incel in my teenage years. I was a playboy for a couple of years and doing all that stuff. And now I've been with my missus for nearly 14 years. We're married with 2 kids. We're happy. You want good relationship advice, proper. Obviously, like, subscribe, stay here. I drop some gems on the channel, but even more so into the community. The links in the description to the sales page where you get more sort of info in there. There's an amazing program, a relationship mindset program, which is, I think, fundamental for so many guys looking for a relationship. But check it out if you want, guys.